Adam, a bad loss that puts us 5 league games without a win. How do you feel?
Disappointed, obviously, frustrated again. You just can't start games like that, you know, to go and give any team a goal after 2 minutes. You know, straight away you've got a really big challenge on your hands, and you know, every team in this league is organised and, you know, poses a threat on the break. Certainly they do, and you know, we're probably not the type of team who it suits having to break down a team that gets behind the ball, and you know, we've ultimately failed to do that again today, similar to the Hereford game a few weeks ago. Really conceded an early goal, and they got behind the ball, allowed us to have possession, struggled to obviously, you know, get back in the game, and posing that threat on the break. They always, you know, have the opportunity to get a sucker punch, and obviously they managed to do that today in the second half, and you know, we've come away again with nothing at home, which is, you know, now getting to a point where it is concerning, our home form, and it needs to be addressed.
It's the second time as well in 2 consecutive games that you've conceded early, but on Saturday you were able to climb back and find the way through. What was different about tonight?
I don't know. Need to obviously watch the game back and, you know, and analyse it. It's not a lack of effort, you know, and again we created chances. Certainly in the first half we created, you know, quite a lot of chances, and the keeper made some really good saves. But we've got to be more alive, for me, in the 18-yard box. We've got to sense an opportunity. We've got to anticipate where things might fall, and we've got to be prepared to get across the goalkeeper, and we've got to be prepared to put our foot in where you might take a whack, but you might get it in the goal as well. You know, and we certainly need to do more. I've studied many times when we've, you know, had negative results and or played quite well and failed to score, and, you know, defended the players, and I'll continue to do that. But, you know, they need to start taking some accountability as well. You know, as men, you know, they're hurting, but there's only one thing you can do about that, and that's let's go and try and win the next game, which, you know, is again at home, against obviously Telford, who were, you know, also below us, and, you know, there's not many teams below us now. So we've got to, you know, we've got to try and pick ourselves up very quickly.
I just want to pick up as well, you mentioned about that first half being quite bright. We saw Josh Hancock starting through the middle tonight, and that first half did look very bright. What did you think of his performance as the sole man up top tonight? I
thought it was tough. Thought he, you know, worked hard. Had a couple of chances, possibly could have done a little bit better. You know, something that we wanted to look at. We know he obviously played up there a couple of times last year for Altrincham, but, you know, we've obviously got George out, injured at the moment. Obo gave everything on Saturday and was really effective, but it's probably a little bit, you know, big ask to ask him to start the game again today. And, you know, Pearsy was missing at the weekend, so I'm not going to bring him straight back in the team when he's, you know, obviously missed that game. So, you know, we felt it was the right and the best option for us to go with from the start today. But I don't think it had any bearings on the result. You know, I think for any striker playing up there against 3 centre halves, it's difficult. You know, we just didn't really move the ball really quickly enough to cause them as many problems as we needed to, certainly in that second half. And but I think Hanks, you know, he gave everything, as he always does.
Benny was brought off just before the hour mark as well. He looked quite bright in that first half as well, combining with Hanks. Was that down to match fitness with him just recently coming into the team, or was that a technical decision on your part?
No, it was clear for everybody to see that he was, you know, struggling, cramping up a little bit. He's obviously not been playing much football. You know, we eased him in obviously at the weekend, and he came on and showed everybody what he's all about. And I thought he was, you know, really bright again there in the first half. Unlucky on a couple of occasions. Don't think, you know, he he got protected all that well by the officials. Might add, I think, a couple of times he got done off the ball when he's beat his man, but that's another story. But yeah, he obviously fatigued a little bit there. If he was able to carry on, we'd have left him on for sure, because he was one of the players who looked like he could, you know, maybe cause them problems and break their back line. But he'll be better for having that 50 odd minutes in him, and you know, he'll be fine going forward.
We also saw another new Laney signing make their return to the Tameside and debut in the 22-23 campaign in Darren Stevenson off the bench. How optimistic are you for what he and Benny can combine and bring to the club while they're here with us for the month?
Well, they've both got pace, and you know, they both want to try and get at people and go by people, which is different to probably anything that we've got other than Ryan Hall, who obviously is injured. So we needed to bring players in that could give us them options. I think it is also important that people don't expect too much of loan signings, because you know there's a reason why these players are sent out on loan, and that's generally because they're not in the team for many different reasons. I think, you know, in terms of Darren, you know, he's not been in the team at Chester, and he's probably, you know, match fitness is down a little bit, and maybe a little bit of confidence is missing at this moment in time. So, you know, us now as the loan club, we've got to try and, you know, help him improve those things before we see the best of him. So, you know, I'm certain that they can both help us, and they'll both give us something different. But I think it's important that, you know, people don't, you know, think that, you know, the magic wand is waved and these lads are going to come in and absolutely pull trees up for us overnight, because, you know, as a football man and somebody who understands, you know, players, it is difficult for them, you know, to come into a club and hit the ground running. You know, on some occasions it happens, but not many with loan signings. So, you know, Benny had a great start for us at the weekend. He showed everybody again today what he could do, but he's short on game time, so we need to build that up. And Darren, you know, will be similar to that. But they're both good lads and they're ready to go, and hopefully we'll get some of the players who were here prior to them coming in. We'll give them a little bit of a kick up the arse and get a little bit more out of them as well, because some of them need to shape themselves.
And there is plenty of games on to be had, continuing on Saturday, like you said earlier, here at the Tameside against Telford. How do you rebound off of the performance tonight?
Well, the players have got to want to rebound, haven't they? You know, they've got to want to pick themselves up. You know, we've been getting a hell of a lot of accolades this season, and rightly so. You know, for you know what we've done, certainly in the FA Cup, but that's gone now, and it's history. You know, and our job now is to win games of football. And you know, we obviously got a good win in the trophy at the weekend, but I don't just want to manage a good cup team. You know, I want to manage a team that's getting good results in the league. I think up till, you know, probably the last 3-4 weeks or so, we were doing that. But I've been involved in this game a long time. You know, good runs don't last forever, and neither do bad ones. So it will turn. We've just got to stick at it, keep working hard, and you know, there's always, with games coming thick and fast, as they will this month for us, we've just got to be ready to go again now at the weekend. I think, you know, we've now got 5 more games coming up in the next 4 weeks here at the Tameside Stadium, and the supporters are going to be massive. You know, I don't just want them turning up for the big games. You know, every game is a big game, and they need to come and make some noise from the off. You know, and let's not have this place feeling so quiet and subdued. You know, we need some atmosphere in here. We need people to get behind the lads. The lads perform, you know, incredibly well when there's noise and atmosphere. And I do think sometimes here it is a little bit quiet. And, you know, the supporters and the people here can certainly help that. And hopefully we'll get more people through the gate on Saturday.
Great. Adam, thank you for your time.